Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian Dean from QuickSprout, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up and execute an expert roundup blog post, which is just a fantastic way to get links, traffic, social shares, and brand awareness to your blog. So let me show you what I mean when I say expert roundup. Here's an example of an expert roundup John Cooper did at Point Blank SEO, and it's a roundup of people's most creative link building strategies. And as you can see, he asked a bunch of different experts in the SEO field to submit their creative link building strategy. And this post landed him 652 links from 158 different referring domains. And as you can see, it also got him a ton of social shares. Okay, so it's a very, very fast way to get exposure for a new blog is an expert roundup. But there are some nuances in the approach, and the most important part is how to get these experts to actually reply to you. So your first step is to find roundups that have already happened in your niche. So you want to use keywords like SEO experts, social media experts, blogging experts, fitness experts, whatever your blog is about, plus roundup. Okay, and in this case I found this SEO roundup, which was 55 SEO experts reveal 3 favorite link building tools. And this is a roundup that someone did that was a roundup of the different SEO experts and what link building tools they use. Okay, so what you want to do is find experts that have already contributed to roundups and add them on your list, because if they've already contributed to a roundup, that means that they're likely to contribute to yours as well, right? So that makes sense. So you want to keep track of all the people that have already contributed to roundups. And this is basically a pre-curated list of people that are likely to reply to you. Now, besides that, or in addition to that, you can also find experts in your field using FollowerWonk. So head over to followerwonk.com and then click on Search Twitter Bios, and then put in your keywords. So we're going to use social media in this example, and then click on Do It. And that'll bring up the most authoritative Twitter profiles about social media. So you want to scroll down and find someone that seems to fit. And in this case, we have Trent Partridge, looks okay, about social media, has an insane amount, 100,000 followers, and his social authority is quite high. Okay, so this is someone that you'd probably want to include in your roundup. So head over to his Twitter profile and take a look at what he's all about and make sure that actually applies to your roundup. And in this case, yes, he does know about social media and he actually owns a digital marketing firm. So that's perfect. Now, your next step is to actually email that person. So head over to that person's website, all right, and look for their contact form. And in this case, they actually have the email sometimes in their Twitter profile. And email them a very, very short, brief, and to the point email, because these people are very busy. Now, even though these people, may have participated in another roundup, it could be because they've heard of this website or the person's pitch was really good. So even though they participated in a roundup, you still want to make sure you're on point with your outreach. Okay, and with your outreach, the most important part is to keep your email very short and sweet and to the point. And as you can see in this case, I personalized the email with the person's name. And then I said right off the bat why I'm emailing them. I'm doing a roundup. And then I give them a little compliment about how they're one of my favorite social media gurus. And then I give them the opportunity to reply right away. So I don't say, do you want to be involved? I just give them the question that I want them to answer, and I say that I know they're busy, so a very brief response is more than enough. So if they're like, ugh, I don't have time for this, they read this sentence and they realize, okay, I just have to reply with literally 2 sentences and I might get some traffic and a link from this, so I will participate. Okay? Now, because you're probably going to be doing a roundup with several experts, you want to keep track of who you reached out to, when you reached out to them, so then you can follow up with them. So create a Google Doc that looks something like this with the person's name, the URL, and when you contacted them, okay? And then if you want to follow up with them, if they don't reply, you can always include the follow-up date here, okay? So you definitely want to keep track, because it's very easy to lose track of who you reached out to and when you reached out to them and who got back to you. Now, the post itself is pretty straightforward. You just want to write a little brief introduction here about what the roundup is all about. And then in this case, if Trent got back to you, you'd want to include his headshot or picture, the name and a link to his site, and then his response underneath, okay? So that's really all there is to creating an expert roundup. Like I said, they tend to do really well because these experts will then go on to share your content. So you're basically tapping in to huge networks of people who have massive followings on social media, and they will, if they participate and then you remind them that the post is published, they're very likely to share the content on social media and possibly link to it from their site. So that's all there is to creating an expert Roundup blog post. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.